What's going on? Welcome to the weekly Axe Kicking. Today we're going to continue to work on transcribing a rock song for solo guitar, and that song is going to be 8 Days a Week by the Beatles. Alright, so before we get into this, I just want to say really quick that, once again, we're doing this at a very base level, very accessible. We're making this as easy as possible. And that means that we're not going to really account for the vocal harmonies. If this were a full-on transcription, we would definitely do that. And since we're not accounting for vocal harmonies, it's just going to make it a lot easier to play. The vocal melodies we cover will be all single line, if we're not accounting for the higher harmonies, we are not going farther up the neck like we would probably have to if we were doing the vocal harmonies. The other thing is we're not going to use certain stylistic techniques that would make it more percussive and kind of give it more of that groove element. We'll do what we can and see what happens, but just for now, we're going to make it really simple. That being said, let's take a quick listen to the song and just talk about how to start getting into this, like the simple little steps you can take. Now, the first thing you might want to do is just check out the chord progression. And there's a million Beatles songbooks out there that you can get. You want to make sure, actually, you got to be wary of those because they might give it to you in the wrong key, which is really annoying. This song, I guess, is primarily in the key of D. Now, in the verse, let's just fire it up really quick. Now, the first progression we get is D, E7, G, and D. 3 incredibly common open chords. Now what we want to do is check out, we'll back it up a little bit, check out that vocal melody and see if that vocal melody will fit in these chord shapes. So we got excuse my non-gifted singing voice, but to be able to really kind of get the notes by ear and put it on your instrument, a lot of us out there have taken the sight singing classes and stuff. That's the technique we're used to. But yeah, just that basic ability to hear a pitch and match it on your instrument is crucial to this whole thing in general. So we got the ooh, I need your love, babe. Yes, you know it's true. Now that first, that basically kicks in on that D chord. And when we play the D chord, we can see that opening vocal line note, the F sharp, that is the top note of the D chord. So that fits in perfectly. And we could incorporate that entire vocal line within this chord progression based on the fact that it's all right here within the first three frets using open strings in an open position. So here is how I would then kind of work my way into covering both the chords and the vocal line. So we have this D with a vocal line on the melody on top, and then I can do the next few vocal notes within this D shape. So F sharp, then you open E, then a D on the second string that I already have fretted down, and that open E. And that accounts for the first chord. And now we go to an E7, and the vocal line is that E natural note. And once again, we have a vocal line that is the note that's on top of the chord that we're playing, which again fits perfectly. So, and then the next vocal line is an open B. So we got that E7. So the ooh, I need your love, babe. Fits great so far. Now the next chord in the chord progression is G. Again, you can start to get an understanding now of how crucial it is to memorize the chord progression. The next, so we got a G chord. Now we normally play a G chord full on like this, or using the 4 fingers, but we have to remember that unless the vocal line is this top note, we don't want to play that full chord. So the vocal line, we have the ooh, I need your love, babe. Yes, nah. So that's a B natural, okay? So we can't play that full on G chord. What we have to do, or what we should do in this case then, is we want to account for the harmony. We want to play that G chord. But we're going to stop the strum. We're not even going to, fret this top note G. We're going to stop the strum at this second string, because that top note of the chord is going to be very audible and we can hear it as the vocal note. Yes. And then the rest of the vocal melody is, you know it's true. So when we're in this G chord shape, we got yes, you. So then we're going to fret the third fret, the D of the second string. Yes, you. And now we can add our pinky. So now we've formed the full G chord fingering. No, it's true. And then we end on an F sharp. Now let's see how that last part of the vocal melody fits in with the chord. So we're leaving off at the G chord. Yes, you know it's true. It resolves on the D chord on an F sharp vocal melody note, which is the top note of the D chord. So this all fits perfectly. And let's just kind of go through that really quick. So we're starting on D. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Yes, you know it's true. Now let's do that without my singing. You're welcome. Actually, in that vocal melody, they do resolve to the F sharp just before they get to the D. So that's another little detail. All right, I'm going to play that one more time up close, and we're going to talk a lot more about this kind of thing next week and cover more of the song.